From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for February 11th, 2016. In just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the GBPUSD, Great British Pound, versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. But first, a recap of one of the trade suggestions made yesterday in the live trade room. We were looking to sell the NZD-USD, New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar into our resistance zone. If I zoom out one time here on the daily time frame, you can see the long-term weekly trend line, the red trend line coming down from the top of the chart. And then we also have this rising black trend line where we saw the market rising for a few weeks into that red trend line. It fell back down, broke underneath the black trend line, came back up. We're settled out right now around that intersection of the long-term weekly trend line. Again, here it is right here. Your long-term weekly trend line back to the daily. There we are settled out at the intersection of the long-term weekly down trend line, the red trend line, and the rising black trend line, just at the intersection. It's toying around with it. It's been back and forth, up and down, trying to figure out what to do. Are we going to break higher and continue to go up, or are we going to find resistance here and continue to go down? I will lean towards the downside right now. I've been biased towards the downside. The Forex Black Book trend bar is red. We see the downtrend line is still intact and has not been broken. So that tends to be the bias that we have for the New Zealand dollar. Back to the 4-hour time frame, and you can see, I'm going to zoom it in one time here, you can see the difficulty the market has been having around this area. We saw yesterday the market go into it. We had an opportunity for profit on the first dip lower, got into it again. We saw it spike higher, maybe taking some traders out at their stop loss or not, depending on where they had it. Another opportunity as it came back in to get back in as it left this long wick at the top. It moved all the way down here to the yellow zone, showing profit once again all the way back down here into the 6,600 level. Now we're right back up into that orange zone. So this orange zone continues to be a decision point for the market, looking at support and resistance into that level. So as long as it stays within or underneath there, I still think that this is an overall bias to the downside for the New Zealand dollar. And really only a breakout, open and close above that orange zone, becomes concerning that we're looking for it to continue to pressure higher. So still watching that as an opportunity. Out of all trades at this current point, I think probably overall between the couple of trades taking short, targeting the yellow zone, the one trade taken out, going up, we're still overall profitable on the currency pair for the week. Next, moving over to the GBP/USD, Great British Pound versus the US dollar. A couple of different trends that we want to speak of as we look for our opportunity for the day today. First off, the longer term downtrend. That is, definitely bears noting here, that long downtrend that we've seen here for the currency pair. We would definitely expect to watch for clues that that downtrend could continue to pressure in that direction. Now, over the past few days, we have seen across many currency pairs a little bit of a pullback for the US dollar. We've seen the US yen going straight down, the franc going down, the euro going up. But interesting here, the GBP USD having a little bit of a mind of its own over the past several days and pressuring lower while the euro continues to go up and the yen goes down. The GBP USD also is going down. So definitely watching this one as a possible opportunity for a continuation back higher. We have seen, of course, this reach into a multi-year low. Take it out here to the monthly time frame, and you can see reaching down here into the bottom of the chart where the current market price is close to. We can see historical lows back here in 2008 and 2009, all the way back to 2000, 2001. So we're into historical lows. Take note where that blue horizontal line is at the bottom of the chart. You go back to the daily, and there's that blue line at the very bottom of the chart. So it tells us that we have historical lows that we're coming off of here for the pound dollar. So we have the downtrend, but we're coming off of historical lows, and over the past couple of weeks it's been rising. Zooming in a couple of times here on the daily, and take a look at this. We looked at this during the live trade room yesterday, the blue shaded area, very important for the GBP. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days finding resistance right around the 4350 to 4400 level. That's the blue shaded area. So today and over the past 4 days, we can see that the market has found support into that same zone right around the 4350 to 4400 level. So as long as it stays in there along this rising red trend line, I expect we're looking for support, maybe another rally back to the orange zone or higher, staying within somewhat this period of congestion inside the black box. If we're looking for low risk, and high reward trading decision points, it's obvious to us right now that this would not be the best place to go short or sell this currency pair. We're running into a brick wall. Think of that blue shaded area there on the chart as a brick wall in the market. We're running smack into a brick wall. There's Fibonacci in there. We've taken multiple ranges measured with Fibonacci, and you can see some overlap here. The blue dashed lines on the chart are showing us where Fibonacci lies on the chart from different trend ranges. And so we can see Fibonacci in there. We see the historical resistance offering clues to support right now. So as long as it's within that blue shaded area, I'm very discouraged about going short or selling the GBPUSD. So when would you do that? Well, obviously, the best place to do it over the past few days was back up here at the orange shaded area, or the next opportunity to go short would be a breakout underneath this blue shaded area. If it gets underneath it, 43.50 or so, we then look for it back down here into the 42s, which is the green shaded area down here at the very bottom of the chart. Well, if today is not a great time to go short or sell this currency pair, then maybe it's a time that we look for an opportunity to go long here into the blue zone. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days found some resistance and bounced down. So if that's the case, we look for continuation of that type of pattern, except the opposite, where we're looking at support here. We could still see support here between 43.50 and 4400. Let's take it on down to the 4-hour time frame. Take a look. Here's our last support here. Here's some support here. So if we're going to do anything today, I think we're looking for opportunities to go long here into this 4400, 43.50 level, looking for support. Take a look. It hit it, bounced up, hit it again, and then went all the way up to the orange shaded area up here into the 4,500. So I think as long as it stays above here, your risk, of course, is clear. The risk, or your stop loss, let's say, would be underneath the 43.50 level, maybe down around 43.40, 43.35, giving you some leeway in case it spikes a little bit lower. The low of this candle back here that spiked underneath there went as low as the 43.25 level. That may be a little bit low, but definitely watching this 43.50 level to be the barrier of support for the day today. So if you're going to go ahead and jump into it prior to getting some clue of support, then you might want to go ahead and just jump into it now, looking for it the bounce back higher. If you're looking for evidence of support, we might look for this to reestablish this as a baseline of support, similar to what it did back here on the left-hand side, where it found support, bounced up, dipped again, and then finally took that rise higher, showing us that the sellers are unable to break through that blue zone. So definitely watching for opportunities here to go long. If you're, again, going to just go ahead and get into it, make sure your stop loss down around 43.35 or so, just underneath the blue zone, to protect yourself in case the market breaks out underneath the support zone and goes lower for the pound dollar today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.